Om Gama Ganeshaya Namah. Now, this is a video which is also related to astrology, and this is about the mythology and the Itihas of Bharatvarsha. To understand this, we have to understand the lineage and how it actually started and how it leads to Bharatvarsha. In history and in Purans, we get the link of the Chandravansh or the lunar dynasty from the Mahabharata and the solar Vansh, Surya Vansh from the Ramayana. All how it started. Sage Brihaspati was Dev Guru. Sage Brihaspati was a very learned man, and he used to teach the Devas about the Vedas, philosophies, and everything. He has Tara as his consort. Now, Tara was very young. Tara was very beautiful. And Brihaspati was more of a guru than of an husband. In one of the visit of the King Chandra, the moon, in the ashram of Brihaspati, the Tara and the Chandra, they fall in love to each other. And finally, eventually, they eloped. Now, after many, after when Brihaspati came to know about this, he actually, mm, like, tried to pursue to Chandra god through all the other lords. But Chandra actually eloped from there and with Tara. And eventually, when Chandra came to know about this thing, like what the heinous thing he has did, reluctantly he returned Tara to Brihaspati. But when Tara came back, Tara was pregnant. So in the Mahasabha, when she was asked who is the child Tara was bearing, Tara said it was of Chandra. Brihaspati was so angry that he cursed the unborn child that whoever is born will be a eunuch, a neuter, napunsak. Eventually, the child was born and it was Budh, Mercury. Now, Budh was born eunuch. Brihaspati was told by all the gods to father him, although he is not the biological father. So, Budh actually grew up in Brihaspati ashram with Tara. Hence, Budh, Mercury, is always against Chandra. So that's why Mercury is always enemy to Moon. But Chandra, being the father, is not enemy to his son, who is Budh. Budh, being an unit, he can't marry because there will be no progeny. However, he got Ila in his life. Now, Ila was also not a normal queen, and she was also a king once upon a time. Now, once upon a time, when Mahadev and Parvati was having Leela, Parvati said to Mahadev that you cast a spell that I don't want any male to enter into the arena in the open forest. So Mahadev actually casted a spell, and this person, the king, actually entered in that arena and became a woman. So it was a perfect match for Budh to marry Ila. From Budh and Ila, many sons were born. These sons, these two Ayati. From Ayati came Puru. And Puru is the lineage to Pandavas and the Kauravas and the Mahabharata. This entire Budh lineage is known as Chandravanshis. However, Budh was born to Chandra, but it was it was not a normal birth. And Brihaspati was the actual who did the fathering, but he was known from Chandra. That's why Budh if it is not with good planets or with moon, it can bring skalank. So anyway, so from Buddh came the Chandravanshis. Then came a Raja called Raja Dushyant. Raja Dushyant saw Shakuntala when he came to visit the forest of Rishikanva. By seeing Shakuntala, he fell in love. Now, this Shakuntala, who actually knew that Rishi Kanva was his father, was at the actual, she was a solar descendant. Why? Because the sannyasi Raja Kaushika, once he, like when there was a Raja called Kaushika, he actually left his like the kingdom and become an ascetic and try to and do this uh, this sadhana. Then seeing that, Indradev actually sent the Apsara Menaka, sorry, Menaka to do the yoga bhang. And Sannyasi Raja Kaushika, after seeing Menaka dancing, actually when he was very near to his siddhi, he fall from that place and they had a relationship. And based on that relationship, a daughter was born, a lady, a small girl was born. And Rishi Kanva actually got this daughter below the Shakun, the eagles. I think eagles is Shakun. So all the eagles, there were some eagles who was actually guarding that girl. That was Shakuntala. So anyway, Raja Dushyant when came to this, who is a lunar descendant, and Shakuntala, who's a solar descendant, he actually like fall in love with Shakuntala, and they had then Raja Dushyant actually during that time when he came, Rishi Kanva was not in that ashram. So he said, he waited that I want to marry you. So Shakuntala said that no, you have to wait because let father comes. But father was making late, so Dushyant convinced her, and then they had marriage, keeping the trees as the like the like the what do you say the uh, uh, this keeping the trees as the witness of the marriage. Now, but Dushyant was waiting for Rishi Kanva. He was not coming. Finally, he left to his kingdom, and Shakuntala gave birth to a baby boy called Bharata. Now, Raja Dushyant was in Jambudvipa and this Bharata. So this Bharata, while growing up in this Kanva, this ashram, once asked the question to Shakuntala that who is my father? Then Shakuntala took Bharata to Raja Dushyant. And initially, Raja Dushyant was reluctant in accepting Bharata, but later he got a a message from the up from the higher that yes, he is your son. So he then accepted Bharat as his son, and eventually Bharat was made the king of the Jambudvipa. And from Jambudvipa, Bharat was a great king. He was a very famous great king. And later, this Bharat, the land which was ruled by Bharat, came to known as Bharatvarsh, which is India. Now, there is one more small story about Bharat, which is also interesting to know and related to astrology. See, Bharata got three wives. So, whenever they used to have any son, he used to abandon them because he used to think that they are not equal to Bharata and qualified to be a king. Then, when he was very old, he was doing a yagya. And during that yagya, the Deva came and all the Devas gifted him a boy called Vitatha. Now, this Vitatha, who was gifted to Bharata, which Bharata actually adopted, also has a story. Brihaspati, Devguru Brihaspati, had a brother called Uttataya. Now, his wife Mamata actually, when Uttataya was not in the ashram, Brihaspati fall from his this values and the falls from his Brihaspati characteristic, and actually he succumbed to his desire and he actually had the relationship with his Mamata, and the the son who was born to them was Vidata. Now, this is the like the the fallen part of Brihaspati, Jupiter in Capricorn, where actually like the fallen part of Brihaspati, where Jupiter is like where Jupiter is debilitated, and there's a very reason why Jupiter is exalted in the this particular Chandra Rashi, which is Cancer, because it is Chandra who actually eloped with Jupiter's wife. So there only where that particular house where the enemy most Jupiter wife was eloped by Chandra, where the person can hold his Jupiterian wisdom, even in that house, that quality is known as exaltation. Okay, and where the Jupiter actually falls like from his Jupiterian thing, and where like the values, principles, and everything is succumb, because always there is a Rishi and an Apsara story. Always the karma is always gulped the even the best of the best rishis. So Brihaspati fall is the Capricorn. So what happened is like this: Vidata was the adopted son of Bharata, and later he actually ruled the Bharatvarsh, and that's why Bharata was regarded as such a great king, because he only gave the throne to the desired one, who was Vitata. So that principle he had, that great king was Bharata, and based on his name, it was Bharatvarsha. So this is a fantastic lineage, and it leads to the Mahabharata from the linear, this Chandravanshis, from the Puru and all. So there also you will find the reference of astrology and the story why the planets are strong in with some Rashi and the planet are not strong in some Rashi, the mythological story behind the planets, and the inception of the Bharatvarsha, where astrology is, from where the entire thing starts. Thank you so much. I hope some information I can share with everyone.